In the ancient lands where enlightenment bloomed, a profound tale was told that cast light upon the intricacies of human suffering and the power of the mind to transcend it. This was the story of the arrow and the second arrow, a teaching shared by the Buddha himself to illuminate the path to inner peace. In the tranquil shade of a banyan tree, surrounded by eager seekers of wisdom, the Buddha began his discourse. He spoke of the inevitable nature of pain and suffering that punctuated the human journey, much like the striking of an arrow against the flesh. This first arrow, he elucidated, represented the physical pain and hardships that were an inescapable facet of existence. The crowd listened with rapt attention, for they were no strangers to the trials and tribulations of life. They had all felt the sting of this first arrow, the sickness, the loss, the natural ebb and flow of joy and sorrow, but the Buddha, with his serene countenance, beckoned them to dive deeper into the teaching, for he had more to unveil. The suffering does not end with the first arrow, the Buddha continued, his voice soft yet commanding, for woven into the fabric of human experience is the second arrow, a source of suffering that stems not from life's trials, but from our very reactions to them. He went on to explain that the second arrow was composed of the mental anguish we inflict upon ourselves in response to the initial pain. It was the arrow of aversion that pierced our hearts when we recoiled from suffering, the arrow of anger that burned within us when we resisted the natural flow of life, and the arrow of despair that clouded our minds when we felt helpless in the face of adversity. The crowd contemplated these words, their minds tracing the contours of this profound teaching. The Buddha's analogy of the arrows resonated deeply, for they recognized the truth in his words. The pain of life was undeniable, but the suffering born from our reactions was a choice, a creation of the mind. With the crowd's attention unwavering, the Buddha expounded upon the wisdom hidden within this teaching. He elucidated that the key to liberation from unnecessary suffering lay in the training of the mind, in cultivating a state of equanimity that allowed one to embrace life's arrows without succumbing to the torment of the second arrow. He spoke of mindfulness, of the art of observing one's reactions without judgment, of acknowledging pain without attaching it to a narrative of suffering. He shared the practice of meditation, a journey inward that revealed the impermanence of all things and the interconnectedness of existence. Through such practices, he declared, one could detach from the tumultuous cycle of reactivity and find solace in the tranquil depths of the mind. As the Buddha's teachings unfolded, the seekers felt a profound shift within themselves. The revelation of the first and second arrows illuminated the essence of their suffering, and the path to liberation from this suffering became clearer. With the seeds of this wisdom planted in their hearts, they departed, determined to traverse the path of mindful awareness and equanimity. And so, the story of the arrow and the second arrow echoed through the ages, inspiring countless souls to reflect on their own reactions to life's trials. The tale served as a guiding light, urging individuals to embrace the first arrow with acceptance and courage, while gently dislodging the second arrow of unnecessary suffering through the mastery of the mind. In the annals of wisdom, this story remained timeless, a testament to the capacity of the human spirit to rise above its own creations. As the banyan trees continued to provide shade for those who sought refuge beneath them, the essence of the Buddha's teaching lived on, a profound reminder that true liberation lay not in the avoidance of pain, but in the transformation of suffering through the alchemy of a disciplined mind.